Hi, y'all. Kendall Carpenter, Bunnyfoot Pottery in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to my fifth kiln reveal. I started my YouTube channel, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago, and I'm up to 35 subscribers. I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much. And of course, Linda at Lindy Glue Pottery always has the distinction of being my first subscriber. Love her to death. So I made 10 mugs last week. So there's 10 mugs that I'm going to be showing you today. And I couldn't be happier with them. They have no flaws, no pinholes, no blisters. And I want to give a little shout out to Kimberly at Katie Cook Pottery. She had the most amazing video a couple of weeks ago with her 12 months of mugs. And not only were they wonderful, but she only used glazes that she had available to her on her shelf. And I am the same with these mugs. I'm so proud. It's been at least 6 weeks since I bought a new glaze, which is probably a record. Another thing that Kimberly mentioned was that she uses the Mayco website tool to see glaze combinations. And I really like that tool. It's more advantageous for me because it shows me things I don't like better than things I do like. So I think it keeps me from making mistakes. Another thing I'm proud of with this kiln unload is, as far as I know, each of these combinations is brand new. I watch so many of you all, and of course lots of glaze combinations, but they inspire me, but I don't always, want to copy them. So if by chance I've repeated something you've done, please put it in the comments. Otherwise, if you agree that it's brand new and you would like to use it sometime, that'd be great. I'd love that. I'd be so flattered. Just give me credit and encourage people to subscribe. I'd love to get more subscribers. So I also want to give a shout out to Lori at Wandering Soul Pottery. She subscribed to my channel yesterday and said, "I found you." I loved it. I loved being found. I am looking forward to having so many of the potters that I subscribe to my channel. Okay, enough of all that. So all of these mugs are the same clay, and it's a brand new clay for me. It's a buff clay from Mammoth Clays in Oklahoma City. And I bought a first 25-pound block as a sample, and I'm so pleased with these that I bought 50 pounds more of it this week, and that's a lot of clay for me. And it was also, all of these have been fired. I go down to Ruby Clay downtown. They do my firing for me. They do an amazing job. And I say, okay, I want these to go at cone 6. What they do, I've been told by them, is they fire to cone 5 on a medium speed with a 10-minute hold, and that gets them to cone 6 without going over. I don't have a kiln. I'm no expert in kiln science. I just know what comes out of their kiln is amazing for me. So hopefully that information helps you. So I'm going to start with this mug. Y'all, it's just beautiful. I did some hand carving on the lower section, and it is Mayco milk glass poured on the inside and then brushed 2 times all the way down to the bottom. And then I just used green Jasper, 2 coats on the first and middle section. It's just so beautiful. I did all of these, I've done a little extra treatment on the handle. So I'm really, really pleased with how this one turned out. Okay. My next mug is also very pretty. Everybody likes pink, don't they? So what I've done is I've used 3 different glazes on this mug. I have root beer inside on the bottom third and root beer out here. That's coyote root beer, which I prefer to the Mayco, and that's 3 coats. And then there are 2 coats of Spectrum Sangria on the rim, and then 2 coats of Poppy Fields here in the center section. And it's exactly the same on the inside. This mug, what I want to show you is a similar mug that I brought home exactly 1 year ago. Y'all, I've been doing pottery for exactly 2 years, and by the grace of God and persistence, I got better. I can't tell you how proud I was of this mug 1 year ago when I brought it home. And look at it. It's not centered, it's warped, this is thin, the handle is wonky. But I was so proud of this a year ago, and this is what I'm doing today. So I want to encourage all of you beginner potters to stick with it. It's worth the effort. You will get to where you have really great results. So here's my second mug. My third mug to show you all. I've used green Jasper again. This time on the inside, okay, you'll have to bear with me. I'm a little out of order here. Okay. This is amber topaz poured on the inside and then brushed on the outside 2 times. And the only other thing I've done is added 2 coats of green Jasper down to the middle part. I do have a textured handle, and I added a little thin sprig here. I actually developed a little crack here, and I was like, well, shoot. So I just made this little leaf and fixed it there, and it worked just fine. Okay, so I've named this glaze combo Spinach Dip in a Bread Bowl. Isn't that just what that looks like? I think it's so funny. Anyway, I'm very, very happy with the way this one turned out. Okay, get back on track here. Okay. Now we're in a little light blue color family, and this mug I'm very pleased with. What I did is I poured Cirrus Flow on the inside, and then I brought it around the rim, and this is just 1 coat of Cirrus Flow here on the rim and on the handle. Then from the bottom, I used 2 coats of sea salt, and then slightly overlapping, I did 2 coats of sand and sea. And then this is 2 coats of Spectrum Spanish moss. These were Mayco glazes. So Amaco, Mayco, and Spectrum, it's great the way you can combine all these glazes. This handle is a good example of how I use a dowel to affix the handles. That's a trick I learned from Bill Van Gilder. So I'm very happy with this mug. All right, okay. So here is my 5th mug. Okay. Oh, I'm very partial to green, and I'm really, really happy with the way this one turned out for me. So I used Mayco Ivy, and you all know how badly that can run. It's poured on the inside, so that doesn't matter. On the outside, I did 2 coats, and I took it down here just to where this bottom starts, and see that I also hand carved some leaves in the bottom. Then what I did is I brushed 2 coats of Desert Dusk, Mayco Desert Dusk, all over, but just 1 coat of Desert Dusk right here. And I am calling this glaze combination Early Spring. It just reminds me of the color of the new shoots that come up in my garden. So very, very happy with this. I did put a little leaf here for a thumb rest. This has made some crystals too. That's really, really pretty. All right. Now we're going into the pinks. Here's a beautiful pink mug. And this one is peppered plum, which I know the unsets have been using quite a bit recently. So I poured peppered plum in, and then I brushed peppered plum, Mayco, 2 times on the outside. Then I took rose quartz on the inside about 1/3 of the way down, and on the outside about halfway down. So there's no flux on here, it's just doing its own flow. And I also used my dowel rod on the handle. So this is a very, very comfortable handle. It gives you a place to put your thumb. I think this turned out beautifully. I'm really pleased with this. Now we're back to some greens. I know I've mentioned before how much I love Chino glazes. This is Coyote Pistachio 3 times. Then I poured micro pearl on the inside and then brought it around on the rim a total of 3 times. And I can see the crystals. I don't know if they're showing up for you, but they're very pretty. Then I carved vertical flowers in it because I knew the Chino would break over that. And I used a textured roller on the handle. So it's just beautiful, really. Wish you could see it in person. It's really, really pretty. Okay. This one is sort of in the gold family. And I'm calling this glaze combo Desert Blush. What I've done is I poured speckled plum, not peppered plum, but speckled plum on the inside, and then brought it on the outside all the way down. So that's 2 coats of Mayco speckled plum. Then I did from the middle down, I did 2 coats brushed of Mayco sea salt. And then on the upper part, I did 2 coats of Mayco winterwood. And I put a little band of light flux where they meet. So I used the tip of a trimming tool to make these circles and to cut these slashes. And then I also put some texture on the handle. I hope this is really, really pretty. The very blushy pink color that just peeks through is lovely. All right, I've got 2 more to go. Y'all, this one is just gorgeous. Look at this. I'm calling this glaze combo Melting Glacier. So on the inside, I poured Amaco Satin White, and I really don't remember anybody else using this Amaco Satin White. I like satin and matte glazes, so I'm using it quite a bit. Anyway, it's poured on the inside and then 2 times brushed all the way down to the bottom. Then this is 2 coats of Muddy Waters. Y'all, look how this turned out. I put these this sun and moon sprig on there. I used copper wash and wiped it back. And then I have a little bottle of Foundations dry champagne that I put 1 little coat on over the sprigs. This is so beautiful. I hope it's coming through okay for you all. This is a beautiful, beautiful mug. All right, I've saved the best for last. This mug turned out so beautifully that the ladies at Ruby Clay texted me when they were unloading the kiln and said, "What is this?" Because it has a lot of metallic sheen to it now. So I am calling this glaze combination Cinnamon Toast. And what I did is I poured Albany Slip Brown on the inside, and then it's Sand Dollar here, just on the bottom, I used 2 coats of Mayco Cordovan all the way down to here. And then I did Mayco Desert Dusk. And what I did, where the Cordovan and the Desert Dusk meet, I put 2 layers of oatmeal. And I wish you could see this in person. It does have a beautiful texture on the handle. It's just stunning. And I hope some of you all can try and recreate this. So that's my 10 mugs for this week. And thank you so much for taking time to watch it. I hope you enjoy this. I'd love for you to leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost anything. It's real easy to do. You just hit the bell. And I have another kiln unloading that will happen in a couple of days, so I'll follow up with another video next week. Before I go, I don't know if you can see, I do collect Native American paintings and pottery and artifacts, and some of my pots, some of my Native American pots are over here, and some of them are museum quality. If you have an interest, please leave in the comments. I'll do a separate little video of my Indian potteries. How about that? So for now, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention. And I look forward to reading your comments. Bye-bye.